Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We're going to do something a little bit different today that I've been wanting to start for a while. This is going to be an Average Joe review for something that is not Warhammer related. Like I think all of you guys, I don't only like Warhammer, I like all kinds of stuff. So I'd like to just start doing these every once in a while, because just like watching reviews and enjoying reviews for things is kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. Movies, video games, TV shows, whatever. I like listening to people's kind of in-depth views on things. Now, I was going to do this first one on the Star Wars Acolyte show, but I kind of feel like that's been done to death. And I don't know, it's just got so much negativity around it. I just didn't really want to jump in on that right off the bat. Not afraid to say though, so right now, I like the show. I didn't get most of the hate for it. Is it the best thing ever? No. Is it the best Star Wars thing ever? No. Is it better than almost all of the other Disney Star Wars shit? Yeah. Did it have some really cool fight scenes and some cool characters? Yep. I don't know. Anyway, I guess you got a little bonus review there for Acolyte. Went on a little tangent, but no. Today we are reviewing a video game, and this is from somebody that is not a gamer, not very good with technology, and but I really like Fallout. I like the Fallout show. I like the Fallout games. Maybe I'll review the Fallout show too. But I'm reviewing the new Fallout game, which is, unless you live under a rock, Fallout London. Now, the reason I said game and not mod, as this is technically a mod for Fallout 4, is because the scope of what they've been able to do, Team Folon or Fallon, however you say it, what they've been able to do with this is insane. And it's free. If you have a PC and you have Fallout 4, you can go get yourself the game right now. And yeah, so I've never modded anything before. I don't really know how mods work. But even me and my little lizard brain, I was able to figure it out and get it all set up in within an hour or so, following some YouTube tutorials. So if you've never done it before and it's scary, follow those, you'll be fine. But so basically what they've done is, I think they've been working on this since 2019. They have remade all of Fallout 4 in London, but remade is not really the right word, because there's nothing in common with Fallout 4 in this mod, other than a few items and very, very few enemy types. There's rad roaches, and maybe I've seen 2 other things that are the same. Nothing else is the same. It is all original voice actors. It is all original lines, dialogue, story, factions, world. The locations are all modeled after real London. It's amazing. And quite frankly, because I was just playing Fallout 4. I was just playing Fallout 4 again maybe a month ago. Now, I played Fallout 4 before, obviously. This is not my first playthrough, so I kind of knew what to expect. The world and a lot of aspects of this are better than Fallout 4, I have to say. It's crazy. Quite frankly, it's crazy what they were able to do. They took a lot of elements from the older games that people liked, some of the dialogue, the way the dialogue trees work and the way the skill trees work is from older games. The graphics are better because, of course, it's a mod. One of the main things people mod for video games is improved graphics. So the graphics look better. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's really fun to play. So picture what you would imagine. Imagine if they were making Fallout 5 tomorrow and it was set in London. It would be this. This is no better or no worse. No, sorry, that's not really the right way to say that. This is probably better than what we would get for Fallout 5, honestly. It's really good. I don't want to spoil too much, but in typical Fallout faction, there's lots of factions to join up with and interact with. There's tons and tons of side quests that branch into other side quests. There's more weapons than in Fallout 4. As far as I know, it appears there's more gun types and stuff for this than there was in that game. At least early game, there's a bit more emphasis on melee combat, just because it's London. There's a little bit less guns going around, but there's still loads. I've been playing for maybe 10, 15 hours at the most. And I have plenty of guns and plenty of bullets. That's not a problem. The crafting is the same as Fallout 4. I believe, I'm not sure, I haven't seen a power armor yet. There might be no power armor in the game, which is kind of nice, because Fallout 4's power armor, while really cool, and I did definitely use it and I liked it, definitely wasn't perfect and it had some issues. So if power armor is just gone from this, I think that's fine. Yeah, and what's going on with this game? How do I describe it? I don't know, it just truly feels like an entirely new game. It does not feel like I'm playing Fallout 4 with a mod. It feels like I'm playing Fallout 5 set in London. The difficulty is very different as well. So I usually would always play on normal, maybe like hard. I'm playing this on very easy. I'm not afraid to admit, I was getting one hit killed by like a rabid fox. Now, it went both ways. Like, I was one hit killing most things as well with like a pistol and stuff. But it was hard, especially at the start. I have some better armor and stuff now. But so I saw some people complaining about that. I guess another downside, because it is a mod of this size and it is brand new, I'm assuming that's hard to manage and everything. It does have some crashing issues. When I first downloaded it, I believe it was crashing maybe every like 20-30 minutes or so. Now I've got it to where it's crashing maybe once in like 2-3 hours, which is fine because that's about how long I would play anyway at the most. And that just required a little like stabilizing mod called Buffout, which I just helped with some of the crashing issues. A lot of people are using that now. And yeah, it's again, I don't want to spoil too much, but every bit of quest, every voice actor, every bit of dialogue I've heard has been really fun and engaging and interesting. It doesn't seem silly. It doesn't seem like it was written by people that don't know the lore or don't care. It all fits very well in the world of Fallout. Nothing in this seems like it would like mess with the previous Fallout games, like the history or anything with that. There's tons of nods and callouts to like various different things. Like, I've definitely seen some like Doctor Who references and stuff. Yeah, it just really seems like it was made by people with a lot of love and a lot of care, and it's free. The last Fallout game we got was Fallout 4. I'm not counting Fallout 76, that's its own thing. But we haven't had a genuine like single player Fallout experience in a long time. And if this is going to hold us over for a while until we get a real Fallout 5, I am more than happy with that. If you have a PC and you like Fallout, it is definitely worth it for you to check out. It is very fun. The world is very fun. I've just scratched the surface. I've explored maybe 1/6 of the map. There's tons of the map I've never checked out. There's tons of enemies and weapons and things I've never seen. Right now, I'm on the hunt for something better to put on my head than just like a Peaky Blinders hat. But that's kind of fun. I mean, I can run down some of the factions real quick because they're all pretty cool. You've got all your different like raider type factions, which some of them are called hooligans, which I find quite funny. You've got like the old British military, which are the Tommies. You got like kind of a fascist-y like rising power, which are the Fifth Column. You got literally knights, like Round Table Knights, which are Camelot. You've got the Gentry, which is like the ruling elite, plus the Angels, which are like the secret scientists kind of enclave kind of stuff going on. You got the Vagabonds, which are your Peaky Blinders gang that are like kind of good, kind of bad, whatever. And yeah, I'm trying to think of anything like bad to say about it other than the crashing things. I don't know, like I've seen some people like complaining about some stuff, but I don't really agree with any of it so far. Like, the thing with Bethesda games, right, Fallout, Skyrim, all of them, like, there's always a ton of bugs, and some of them are funny, some of them are annoying, but they're never perfect. Like, even many years later, you play them and like weird stuff will happen. There's definitely some stuff, because it is an open world game, you can encounter people before you're supposed to, and in some of those cases, like, they just won't talk to you at all. You're like, oh, this is a named character, clearly he's going to want something from me, and you go to talk to him and he just won't talk to you because it's not time for you to talk to him yet. And I guess that bothers some people. They want them to like talk more or something, but like, I don't know, you're going to get to him eventually, right? It's just not the time yet. Some repetitive dialogue from like random NPCs, like the whole like oh, I used to be an adventurer like you, and then I got an arrow stuck in my knee, or I took an arrow to the knee or whatever, or oh, somebody steal your sweet roll, like stuff like that from Skyrim. There's that in this, but I mean that's just typical like regular Fallout Skyrim stuff, right? Like we kind of come to expect that. So yeah, again, I cannot stress enough. The game is super fun. It's beautiful. It plays good once you need to do a little bit of tinkering, and it's huge. Like I said, I put probably 15 hours into it, somewhere around there, and I feel like I've just scratched the surface. I haven't even seen most of the main factions yet. So I'm gonna guess at least like 50 to 100 hours I'm gonna put into this probably before I'm wanting to take a break from it. And for something that's free and made by not a big studio, I absolutely think it deserves your support if that's something you're interested in, and worth it to check out. You will see so many like cool and fun things, and none of it so far looks bad or lazy or doesn't make sense. I'll try to, again, I don't want to spoil anything for people. I'd like it for everybody to experience this for the first time like I did. I'll give you some things I've seen. There's little robots you'll see pop out and fight you. They're called post boxers. I don't know the lore on them, but they're like a post box that pops out with like tracks and weapons and tries to fight you. They're kind of fun. There's a whole faction of like pirates, and they've taken over like historical ships and naval buildings. They're called the Jack Tars, and they wear literally like pirate hats, the old-timey uniforms, and they use muskets. Muskets are a weapon you can use in this. There's a lot of like cool medieval weapons to get, like especially like the Camelot faction. They're knights. They've got swords, maces. Those Jack Tar guys, they'll have like boarding pikes and halberds and muskets. It's very fun. There's some very scary moments. There's a lot of scary moments in this because, again, the graphics are better. Stuff looks more scary, and they've really put the effort in so far anyway into making a lot of actually like cinematic moments. I think more so than some of the other Fallout games. Like, there's the scenes, where you get Liberty Prime up and going and stuff like that. But there's a scene early on where you go through a tunnel, and it is scary. You're in like neck high or like chest high water, and there is drowned, bloated ghouls down there in the dark, and your flashlight doesn't work very good, and they're running at you, like running, and they're right into your face. I just went through a laboratory, massacred people all over the place, and you can hear noises. There's something down here that killed everybody. When I found that was kind of scary. Yeah, I really just can't say enough about it. I'm excited to just keep playing more. I think I'm probably going to want to go with the Camelot faction just because it's cool, and I have been doing kind of a mixed melee build more than usual. The halberd is really fun. Really fun to keep people like 6 feet away and just like whack their leg off or whatever. It does pretty crazy damage, so that's been a lot of fun. Yeah, and that's about all for my review, guys. I'm giving it a score. Just for this sheer like effort and knowing it was made by just a small group of people just doing it on their own time and almost for free. I know they had a lot of like Patreon support and stuff, and you can donate if you do get it. I would recommend donating because they put a lot of effort into it. I gotta give it probably 8.5. Probably 8.5 out of 10. If you 8.5, and if you manage to play it with no crashes, 9.5. Probably 9.5 without the crashes. I'm having that much fun, and it is that good. Really, really, truly, if you like Fallout, you owe it to yourself to check it out. And when the Steam Summer Sale comes along, I know it just ended, you can get the full, because you need to get Fallout with all the DLC. I should mention, they want, like, it's like they want you to have the full Fallout experience before you support them and do that, which I think is good, and I think that's probably a good way to keep in Bethesda's good graces or whatever. But you can pick that whole thing up for like $20 because I did at this summer sale. So if you want to wait till next year, pick it up super cheap, and then fire this up if you don't already have it. Probably worth it to do so. Yeah, that is all for today, guys. Bye for now.